Good morning. Welcome back. Some of you guys have reached out to me inquiring about a sucker rate. Okay, meaning they might have a lower rate initially when the rate does change, and then down the road it could either float or increase to a higher rate. I want to share an article with you guys here. This is a factual article, guys, from 2012, and this is from Mohammed Saleh. I'm pretty sure was the financial advisor to the central bank governor. Okay. It says Saleh drew the interest. So basically, Saleh, guys, he's the number two guy in the central bank. It says he drew the interest of the exchange must be with the new fiscal year. You guys already know that. You guys know they can only change rate at the beginning of a new fiscal year. And then in addition to that, the Iraqi government's accounts cannot be registered in the same year to form two forms of financial values. What they're saying there, guys, is they cannot have two different financial values in the same year for the currency. Okay, again, they're telling you, not me, they can't have two different financial values for the value of the currency in the same year. So think about that carefully. So, can they have a suck rate? They're telling you they can't. So, think about that. Now, I want to add one more piece to this. Many of you have disagreed about the fiscal year, okay? I want you to think about something. So, some of you guys have, you've Googled what is Iraq's fiscal year and so forth. So, with that said, when you do Google Iraq's fiscal year, I want you to think about where does that data come from? How do these websites, like if you Google it, it'll take you to the CIA's website. And on the CIA's website, you can see Iraq's fiscal year. But where does that data come from? Guys, it actually comes from Iraq's budgets. Okay. So when you do research it, the websites are getting it from Iraq's budgets. Iraq hasn't done a 2020 budget, but because again, they've told you they have stuff to hide from you. Okay. So when you do look at websites such as the CIA's website or other websites to get Iraq's fiscal year, you're looking at theoretically you're seeing data that was compiled from 2019. Okay. Now, I've already shown you guys factual proof. Why did Iraq's fiscal year prior to 1990, before they went under those Chapter 7 sanctions and restrictions, their fiscal year actually was April through March. Okay. So again, prior to 1990 sanctions, Iraq's fiscal year was April through March. Then from pretty much 1990 to 2019, they were still under the sanctions, and then in the year of 2020, guys, Iraq got released from all of the sanctions and the naughty list. So at this time, Iraq's no longer under any kind of restrictions or sanctions of any kind. They're free and clear. They've basically got the green light to change the rate. That's why at this time, Iraq is putting out all of these articles and putting an emphasis on the exchange rate. Now, here's the main thing I want you guys to think about. Guys, this is basic accounting. Again, basic accounting. You can't, governments and countries cannot implement something that they have that has a cost associated and wasn't budgeted. Okay? Here's what I mean by that. Okay? I've already shown you guys articles why Iraq's reforms have been outstanding for so long. It's because they require funding that has to be paid back with internationally recognized currency. So right now, Iraq's reforms are the only item on the table right now that require the rate change. Okay, again, the payments for Iraq's reforms require the rate change in order to make the payments to start making payments on those reforms. They have to have the rate change in place. Now, I want you to think about something. Iraq has not even started the 21 budget. Okay, so at this time, because the 21 budget is not even started, guys, that means the 21 budget has nothing to do with the reforms at this time. Okay, so right now, the only funding that Iraq has put in place for the current reforms is from the borrowing law, which they put forth in the fiscal year of 2020. Okay, so again, the borrowing law was put forth specifically in the fiscal year of 2020. Iraq is telling us they want to implement the reforms in January, guys. Okay. So, and again, because so the reforms right now, guys, only have credibility to the fiscal year of 2020, not 21. Because again, Iraq hasn't even started a 21 budget. So I want you to think about that carefully. So right now, guys, if the reforms are specific to the fiscal year of 2020, they're starting them in January, guys. So just based on common sense facts, Iraq's fiscal year ends in March. Okay? The fiscal year, the 21 fiscal year cannot start in January. It starts in April. I just proved it to you factually. You guys, you can't argue this. Okay? Again, because the reforms are starting in January, and money that was put forth to fund the reforms, guys, is for the fiscal year of 2020. Because right now, guys, Iraq has not even done a 21 budget. So again, the year of 21 has nothing to do with reforms, and they're starting those reforms in January, guys. So that means they're telling you, and they're showing you factually they're actually starting the reforms during the fiscal year of 2020, guys. Okay, so there you go. Anyway, guys, just wanted to show that to you. You guys are the best. God bless you guys, and have a great day. Take care.